Spice. Written by Robert A. Webster. Narrated by Les Horovitz. Published by TekTime. Copyright Robert A. Webster, 2021. Forward. Darkness will settle on the people of Cambodia. There will be houses, but no people in them. Roads, but no travellers. Barbarians with no religion will rule the land. Blood will run so deep as to touch the belly of the elephant. Only the deaf and the mute will survive. Ancient Cambodian Prophecy. Chapter 1. Fear and Loathing. Rotha came out of the wooden hut, smiled, pushed strands of black hair behind her ears, went down the creaky steps and over to her sons. "Ravuth, go with your brother and get the tro back for supper." The teenager looked up from where he and his younger brother sat playing and groaned. "Now, Ravuth," said his mother, wagging her finger. "Okay, come on, Un," said Ravuth, standing, and holding his brother's hand, they headed towards the jungle. The air felt humid, and Ravuth wiped his arm across his moist forehead and looked up at the Cardamom Mountains. "I wish I was a bird and could fly above the mountains. It would be cool up there," he said, smiling at Un. "And I bet there's lots of trawback." Un looked excited and nodded as he loved the vegetable that resembled a miniature round watermelon with white crunchy flesh. And then Ravuth had an idea. The year was 1975, and unbeknownst to the secluded village, Cambodia was in turmoil. The country was at the end of a war, but the beginning of a nightmare, leading to a period of genocide affecting every Cambodian. Pearls of perspiration now trickled down Ravuth's face. The sores on his hands stung pitilessly as the salt in his sweat rubbed against the worn handle of his machete. Once again, he lifted his aching arm and hacked into the foliage. His thirst raged and exhaustion threatened to overwhelm him, but he had to keep going for the sake of his younger brother. "We're lost, aren't we, Ravuth?" The fear in Un's voice made it tremble. Ravuth glanced back at the small, dirty face behind him. It was his fault they're lost and should never have wandered off the trail. His mother told him repeatedly never to leave the recognised paths, but he thought he knew better. The boys knew the jungles surrounding their secluded village where their family had lived for generations, living off the diverse plants and animals found around their jungle domain. Collecting fruits and vegetables from the jungle was a daily task that the teenage Ravuth and his younger brother Un had carried out for years. The route was always the same. However, today the boys explored, hoping to discover an area with more vegetables. Ravuth and Un had been roaming around lost for over an hour in this dense, unforgiving undergrowth. With his last ounce of energy, Ravuth hacked through a thick vine, and the two boys emerged into a glade, and Ravuth smiled. "We'll be fine," he said, with a jauntiness he didn't feel. "We can rest here and then retrace our steps." "Look at that, Ravuth," said Un, pointing to a strange plant nestling between small rocky outcrops. "And look at that hole near the rocks. It could be a cave entrance." The boys went over to the plant, and Ravuth bent down and peered into the cave. "What's in it? How big is it?" Un asked. "I don't know, it's dark, so I can't see far inside," said Ravuth, with his head and shoulders inside the cave entrance. "But I can squeeze in and look." "No way," said Un, panicking. "Let's just go. We don't know what's inside." Ravuth, heeding his younger brother's warning, didn't enter and stood. Un's attention then shifted to the plant, which he uprooted. The top of the plant was a gold-coloured round bulbous seed pod with a corrugated disc top. Its long, slender stem, surrounded by large green leaves, appeared similar in shape and size of Chinese lettuce, with a small carrot-shaped white root. "I've never seen this plant before. What is it?" Un asked, and handed the plant to Ravuth. "I don't know. I've never seen one either. I will take it home. Mother will know. Perhaps it tastes good," he said, sniffing the plant's top. From what his parents
Sample complete. Ready to continue?